The Lord's mercy can drive away my inherent wicked nature. Give me the glowing nectar of divine love and inspire my heart with the process to worship Sri Gandharvika. Therefore, O mind, with pleading words, you should worship Sri Giridhari here in Vrindavan. So there is a nice picture of Radha and Krishna and the devotees doing Sankirtan. Worship Sri Giridhari to completely receive the glowing nectar of divine love. That's the message. And on the next page is Gopi bow down to Srimati Radharani. Say, oh Devi, falling on the ground like a rod, I'm extremely distressed. So beg you to please count me as one of your near and dear ones. Now we will start the commentary, and when the picture come, I will explain and I will read the message at the bottom. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur Bhajan Darpan commentary on this verse. With the association of sadhu and the gradual transfusion of spiritual energy, wickedness in the heart of a devotee disappears and all success is achieved. I don't know, somewhere while chanting I was reading that really the internal potency of Krishna can enter into the heart and can reveal even our identity, who we are in eternal relations with Krishna. But such association of sages cannot be obtained so easily. Therefore, Raghunath Das Goswami gives us the instruction in this verse. Kakwa, the helpless, destitute practitioner expression, that is a humble plea. Devotion that is free of deception is always combined with the attitude that I am extremely destitute and wretched. Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Gandharva, Shabprarthanastakam, Stavmala express such feeling. Vrindavane viharetor iha keli kunje mat dvip pravare kotuka vibramena sandarshyasva suvasur vadanaravinda dvandvam vidihi mai devi kripan prasida. You are roaming freely in this pleasure group in Sri Vrindavan, enjoying love like the greatest of intoxicated elephants. O Devi, Srimati Radharani, please show me your face and the face of your beloved and kindly bestow your mercy on me. So we have to have this prayer. So when we chant the holy name, we can see the divine form just by expressing our intense desire. They may listen to our prayer, even though we may be not qualified. Ha Devi Kaku Bhara Gad Gadayat Vacha Yache Nipatya Bhuvi Dandvat Udbhutartihe Asya Prasadam Abudusya Janasya Krutva Gandharvika Nije Gane Gananam Videhi. O Devi, falling on the ground like a rod, I'm extremely distressed soul. Beg you in stuttering voice filled with piteous mood, having bestowed your mercy on this unintelligent soul. O Gandharvika, please count me as one of your near and dear one. Shyame Rama Ramana Sundarata Varista Sundarya Mohita Samasta Jagat Janasya Syamasya Vama Bhuja Baddhatatum Kadaham Tvam Indira Virala Rupa Bharani Bhajami. And this is also a picture given, I think, Srimati Radharani and one of the gopis. And a gopi has a parrot on her shoulder. And she's approaching Srimati Radharani. And I think adjusting. And Srimati Radharani also has the parrot on her lap. And I think that gopi is trying to fix the wheel of Srimati Radharani. Beautiful saying. Oh Devi, when will I dress you in a cloud color sari? So now we'll read the translation of the word. This was just the description at the below of the picture. O Shyam Radharani, Shyam's Krishna's beauty surpasses the beauty of Lord Narayan and enchant the entire world. When will I be able to worship you in a form embraced by the left arm of Shyam? Indeed, even Lakshmi Devi rarely sees this form. Tvam Pachadena Mudira Chavina Pidhayu Manjira Mukta Charnam Cha Vidhaya Devi Kunje Vajendra Tanayeya Virajamane Naktam Kada Pramoditam Abhisarayasya. O Devi, when will I dress you in a cloud color sari, remove your ankle bells, and help you excitingly attain the forest grove where the sun that nerd reside at night and waiting for you. Kunje Prashona Kula Kalpita Keli Talpe Samvistayor Madhur Narma Vilas Bhajaha Loka Traya Bharanai Charana Bhujani Sam Vahiyasyati Kada Yuyor Jano Ayam. Please forgive me, I'm not an expert reader of the Sanskrit. The lotus feet of the two of you are resting in forest grove on a bed that is ornamented with host of flowers. Those feet have enjoyed delightful love spots and are the ornament of the entire world. O Devi, when will this servant of yours be able to massage those feet? What a wonderful. Also when I was chanting, I was thinking about Prabhupada. He stayed at the Radha Damodar temple, which was established by Jiva Goswami. And, I have 3-4 books on Brajamandala. I read those and I'm writing whatever I like from there. I just want to absorb in Vrindavan. So I spend some time every day. So when I was at the Radha Gopinath temple, I saw the samadhi of one of the person that I never heard the name. So I was curious to find out, this is how we can absorb ourselves, because we don't know anything actually. So we have a lot of things to learn. So then I dwell and it came out that the samadhi at the Radha Damodar temple is the king in that kingdom when this Srinivas Acharya Narottam Das Thakur They were carrying these books of Goswami. It was stolen. And then it says that the king finally returned those books, and then he surrendered to Srinivasacharya, and that samadhi is there. And then I think also Radha Gopinath temple is so excellent in the sense that actually it was in the Seva Kunj. When I read like this, they're resting in a forest grove on a bed that is ornamented with host of flowers. So in Seva Kunj, Radha and Krishna always sleep on the flower bed at night, and nobody goes there, even any monkeys, because either they will get left this world or they may lose all the memories, so they will never be able to explain what they experience. So nobody goes there actually. So this Radha Damodar temple was actually in Seva Kunj. But then when these Mohammedan attacked, they moved to Jaipur, this deity of Radha Gopinath. And it says that it stays there for about 69 years in uh, uh, where I said that, Jaipur. And then Jiva Goswami bring it back again after 69 years, where we can visit the Radha Damodar deity. Wonderful. Tvat kunda rodhasi vilasa parishramina svedambu chumbi vadanambu ruhash shriyovam. It's a very small letter, so please forgive me. Vrindavaneshwari kadataru mula bhajo samvijayami chamari saya chamarena. You too are seated under a tree on the bank of your kund, the lake named Radha. That's where we will be visiting tomorrow. O Vrindavaneshwari, when will I use a yak-tail whisk to fan both of your faces, which are kissed by moistening perspiration formed due to the effort of love-making? Linam nikunja kuhare bhavatim mukunde chitraiva suchitavatim ruchirakshi naham bhugnam bhurvam na rachayeti mrusharusham tvam agre vrajendra tanayasya kadanu nesye. So before we read the translation, there is a picture, wonderful, where Radha and Krishna sitting on the throne. Krishna is playing in a blissful mood at the flute, and Radharani just becoming enchanted, looking at the lotus feet of Krishna. And one of the gopis, she's trying to wash the divine lotus feet. And there are two gopis. One would like to massage or wash their feet, I think massaging the feet. Another gopi massaging Srimati Radharani feet. And the message below the picture is, when will this servant be able to massage the feet of Radha and Krishna? But the verse we read, the translation goes like that. O splendid-eyed beauty, when you, who are hiding in a secret spot in the forest grove, will be discovered by Mukunda, you will then accuse me by saying, you told him where I am hiding. At that time, I will say in front of Krishna, it was not me, but Chitra Sakhi who told him about you. Kindly do not be falsely angry with me like this? When will such a day come? वाग युद्धा केली कुतु के ब्रज रज सुनम जीवन मद मदान अधिका दर्ग विकासे जलपाम पुल भेर आली भेर अनपमम अनल्पम उदरियन मान स्तोत्राम पुदनु भवतीम अवलोक्यस. When you, having defeated the son of Brajaraj in a playful war of words, will express pride by speaking even more clever words to celebrate your victory. Your jubilant friend Sakhis will shout out heaps of praiseful words such as Jai Radhe. When will I witness this occasion? I think this is the last stanza, number 9. We should finish this. Yo popi shustu vrushabhanu kumari kai samparthanastakam idam pathati prapanna sha prayasa saha sametya dhruta premoda tatra prasad laharim urari karoti. The surrendered soul who beautifully recite these Gandharva Shram Parthanastakam dedicated to the daughter of Vrushvanu will be able to approach her in a mood full of joy along with her lover, Sri Krishna, and will experience and spread Dharmashay. What a wonderful hope that I can learn little Sanskrit better, and I have a good vision little better, so I can pronounce it properly. So please forgive me for my incompetence. We will now dwell in Srila Prabhupada life. We are on volume number 4, chapter 6, Jet age, very fast age we are living. Parivarachakacharya. That's the title of the chapter. I think I will read just 3 lines just to bring up to the speed because we are so dull-minded. We don't remember anything. Even talking to Krishna was like a hungry man's carrying a meal. After several hours, however, he and his friend had to go, and they would return the next day. That's where we left. So Shyamsundar began spending time with Ivan and Narayan. Ivan, a student of Oriental philosophies, was very intelligent and eager to know what was going on in the outside world. He was fond of the Beatles, and Prabhupada told him of his association with George Harrison and John Lennon. Ivan and Shyamsundar had long talks about the ambitions and hopes of young people outside Russia. And Shyamsundar explained to him how Krishna consciousness was the topmost of all spiritual paths. Shyamsundar also taught him basic principles of Bhakti Yoga, such as chanting the prescribed 16 rounds of Japa daily, and give him his own copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is. So Prabhupada showed Ivan how to prepare chapatis and rice and asked him to give up eating meat. How many Prabhus know how to roll chapatis? We must practice it, because how do we know how long our partner will be with us? We have to learn everything. We have to cook ourselves. Or Mataji may have to learn so many other things that the husband does. because one day he may leave without any notice. Preparation is required for everything. We have to become self sufficient. Don't depend on anyone. Joyfully, Ivan accepted the chanting, the new way of eating everything. Ivan was being trained so that after Prabhupada left, Ivan could continue on his own. Ivan would be able to feel himself changing and advancing in spiritual life. See, we have to have that experience feeling. And after practicing for some time, he could be initiated. He once said he would tell his friend about Krishna consciousness. With only 2 days left in Moscow, Prabhupada taught Ivan as much as he could. In this young Russian's eagerness and intelligence, Prabhupada found the real purpose of his visit to, to Russia. Prabhupada gave the analogy that when cooking rice, the cook need taste only one grape to determine whether the whole pot of rice is done. Similarly, by talking with this one Russian youth, Prabhupada could tell that the Russian people were not satisfied in the so-called ideal land of Marxism, just as Ivan was keenly receptive to Krishna consciousness. Millions of other Russians would be also. Chanakya Pandit says that one blooming flower can refresh a whole forest, and that a fire in a single tree can burn the whole forest. From the Marxist point of view, Ivan was the fire that would spread Krishna consciousness to others, thus defeating the communist ideology. And from Prabhupada's point of view, he was the aromatic flower that would lend its fragrance to many others. Prabhupada's visit to Russia was no obscure interlude, but had become an occasion for planting the seed of Krishna consciousness in a destitute land. Srila Prabhupada had brought the movement of Lord Chaitanya to yet another country. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself had predicted that the Sankirtan movement would go to every town and village. Yet for hundreds of years, that prediction had remained unfulfilled. Prabhupada, however, in the few years since his first trip to America in 1965, had again and again planted Lord Chaitanya's message in one unlikely place after another. And of all places, this was perhaps the most unlikely during a brief government-supervised visit to Moscow. He had planted the seed of Krishna consciousness within the Soviet Union. He was like needle, and everyone and everything connected with him was like the thread that would follow. Professor Kodowski had a remark that Prabhupada's stay in an old-fashioned hotel would not prove very interesting. But Prabhupada, unknown to Professor Kodowski, was transcendental to Moscow or any other place in the material world. Prabhupada always said that he always in Vrindavan. Prabhupada had come to this place, and Krishna had sent a sincere soul to him to receive the gift of Krishna consciousness. This had happened not by devious espionage against the Soviet government, but by the presence of Krishna's pure devotee and his natural desire to satisfy Krishna by preaching. In response to Prabhupada's pure desire, Krishna has sent one boy, and from that one boy, the desire would spread to others. Nothing, not even an iron curtain could stop Krishna consciousness. How much bold Prabhupada has those visions. The soul's natural function was to show Krishna, and Krishna's natural will was to satisfy the pure desire of his devotees. Krishna is very kind. In a farewell letter to Professor Kotobisky, Prabhupada tried to encourage further correspondence as follows. You wanted to see the manuscript of my lectures. Therefore, I'm sending herewith an introductions to the lectures. And if you so desire, I shall be glad to send essays on these subjects. Number one, Vedic conceptions of socialism and communism. Second, scientific value of classless society. Knowledge. Third, knowledge by authoritative tradition. In a letter to Tamal Krishna, Prabhupada summed up his Moscow visit as follows. The city is well planned. There are big houses and roads, and at daytime the streets are busy with buses, cars, and underground trains, which are far better than American or English. The underground streets are very neat and clean. The surface streets are also daily washed. But there is some difficulty in collecting vegetarian foodstuff. Still, we are cooking our meals by the cooker, which has saved our lives. We talk with one big professor, Mr. Kotobisky, and Shyam Sundar talk with many great writers and musicians. Two boys are working with us, one Indian and one Russian, Ivan and Narayan. Right? So there is a good prospect for opening a center. Prabhupada has so much faith. Although the atmosphere is not very good, the embassy was no help. So our visit to Moscow was not so successful. But for the future, it is hopeful. Tomorrow I go to Paris for one day, then to San Francisco Rath Yatra, and then I shall come back to London. Very good. So this is a new topic. Paris, June 25th, 1971. Srila Prabhupada was lying on the couch in the conference room of the Indian Tourist Office, having just come from Orly Airport. Two disciples, Aradhana and his wife, Santanu, had come with him in the taxi and were the only others in the room. Since there was to be a press conference later, Prabhupada said he wanted to rest and he closed his eyes. At the airport, Paris immigration official had detained Prabhupada while some 30 European devotees, none of whom had ever met him, had waited anxiously. They had glimpsed him as he had walked from the plane to the terminal building, and they had watched him carrying his sannyas danda with umbrella strapped to it. He had waved to them, holding up his bid bag. But then he had been kept from them, just beyond a thin wall, until finally, after 2 hours, Paris immigration had allowed him through. The Paris devotees has not arranged a car for Prabhupada. So when he had asked for one, several devotees has run off to hail a taxi. When the taxi arrived, Prabhupada, along with Aradhana and Santanu, has started for the Indian tourist office, leaving the others to join him later. After a brief rest, I, I think I have said, but I love to share that one of the congregation member that I took my Guru Maharaj for a lunch, and my Guru Maharaj always will take little rest after lunch. So that member was surprised that how long Goswami Maharaj will take a rest, and I said, you never know. And less than 6 minutes, he closed the door, and in 6 minutes, Tamal Krishna Maharaj walked out. And he was so surprised that how can that person can take a nap in 6 minutes? But when you are sleepy, you can take that power nap. So brief rest is very nice. Prabhupada opened his eyes and saw Aradhana, Santanu and Shyam Sundar in the room. The other devotees and the priests would be arriving soon. As Prabhupada sat up, Santanu offered him some mango, and Srila Prabhupada smiled. Yogeshwar Prabhu is explaining this scene in his own word as follows. I think we won't be able to complete, so we should stop here. We should be punctual in our practices. The devotee may have other assignment to perform. So before they leave, we would like to offer our humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful devotees who take so much austerity to join early in the morning. I'm so grateful to all of you for your kindness to give your kind association every morning. There is no word to explain my feeling toward you all. So before we leave, let's offer our prayer to each other by uttering the prayer Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhu Vayevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. So thank you very much. And I think, yes, I have some work in my